Well, hi, hello, my dear students. Welcome to my video lecture class. Right up to now, I uploaded video lectures on the chapters laws of motion and work power energy. I uploaded video lectures. Today, I will start a new chapter that is system of particles and rotation. So, before going to start this session, what is the role of this system of particles and rotation in 11th physics? So in 11th physics, system of particles and rotation topic is very important, and weightage of this chapter is also very important and very key role it will place in competitive exams like NEET and JEE. So before we start this system of particles and rotation, what are the major topics contains it, we will discuss few minutes after completion of this. So we will go through start our topic. Thank you. Right, system of particles and rotation. System of particles and rotation. So what are the major contents I discussed in this session? First one, center of mass, that is indicated with the Cm. Next one, center of gravity, that is indicated with the Cg, center of mass, center of gravity. Next, center of mass of system of n particles in one dimension. Center of mass of system of n particles in two dimension. Next, center of mass of system of n particles in three dimension. Two particle system. Position vector of center of mass. Okay, position vector of center of mass. So these are all topics we discussed in this lecture. Please watch the lecture till the end. Definitely you will get new points. You realize that you got new points. So please watch the lecture till the end. So now I start with the first topic, center of mass. What is meant by center of mass and what is the role of the center of mass, I will discuss now. Right, first topic, center of mass. Center of mass. What is the definition of center of mass? The total mass of a body concentrated at particular point is called center of mass. For example, I'll consider a rectangular bar. The total mass of this rectangular bar is concentrated at this point. Okay, concentrated at this point. I'll consider rectangular plate or a lamina. For this one, center of mass is here. This is center of mass. So this is center of mass for this one. Observe carefully here. Center of mass means the total mass of the body concentrated or situated at particular point. Okay, so whole mass of the body is concentrated at this point. Okay, so this is called center of mass. For this rod, center of mass is at this point. For this rectangle, center of mass is intersecting point of diagonals. So point of intersection of diagonals of rectangle gives rectangle is center of mass. The point of intersection of diagonals of rectangle is center of mass. Here center of mass, here midpoint of or a geometric center of a rectangular bar. Geometric center of rectangular bar is called center of mass here. Here point of intersection of diagonals of rectangle is called center of mass here. Okay, so this is about here center of mass definition, and two objects we are discussed here. One is a rectangular rod and another one is rectangular plate. Okay, for these two, center of mass is lies at for rod lies at middle, for the plate lies at point of intersection of diagonals. Next we will discuss some characteristics of center of mass. Characteristics of center of mass. This is very, very important. Characteristics of center of mass. First point, center of mass is depends upon mass, size and shape of the body. If shape changes, that means if shape changes, then position of center of mass is changes. Okay, center of mass depends upon mass, size and the shape of the body. Okay, so this is first point. Next, second point, center of mass is only affected by external forces. Center of mass is only affected by external forces. It does not effect by internal forces. Internal forces. Internal forces. All moments, sum of all moments about center of mass is equal to 0. This is very important point. All moments, sum of all moments about center of mass is equal to 0. So for example, sigma moments means mi into ri, I is equal to 1 to n is equal to 0. Okay, so this is all moments about center of mass is equal to 0. Okay, so this is very important point. Mass is need not be present. Mass is need not be present at center of mass. Mass need not be present at the center of mass. Okay, so this point is very important. Okay, mass sometimes present, sometimes need not be present at the center of mass. Simple example, bangle. Simple example, bangle. If you consider bangle, so there is a hollow space inside a bangle, so that is there is no mass is present. Bangle, or if you consider hollow sphere, bangle and hollow sphere are the examples of mass need not be present at center of mass. Next, some more important points we discuss now. Well, mass need not be present at center of mass. Next, center of mass is independent upon frame of reference. So center of mass is independent upon frame of reference. Whatever it may be, the frame of reference. The reference point is whatever it may be. It does not depends upon frame of reference. Okay. So whether the person inside the water observes the center of mass, the person stands at ground observes the center of mass. So both persons' point of view is same. According to their point of view is same for the center of mass of the body. That means center of mass is independent upon frame of reference. Okay. So motion of center of mass is purely translationary motion. This is very important point. If you consider motion of center of mass is purely translatory motion. Purely translatory motion. Next, center of mass is always nearer or closer to heavier mass particle. Motion of center of mass is purely translatory motion. Motion of center of mass is obeys Newton's second law. Obeys Newton's second law. It obeys Newton's second. Center of mass may be present inside the material or outside the material, inside the material or outside the material, but center of mass must be within the boundary, Okay, center of mass may be present inside the material or outside the material, but center of mass must be within the boundary, So this is a very important point. Okay, if we add mass or remove mass, then position of center of mass is shifted. Position of center of mass is shifted. Okay, but shifting of center of mass is always towards heavier mass particle. Okay, so these are the some important characteristics of center of mass. So these are very important. So these theory points are given sometimes as a questions in direct questions in NEET and JEE. So please note down these points carefully. Now we are move on to next topic. Center of gravity. The total weight of a body concentrated at particular point. Okay, the total weight of the body is concentrated at particular point is called center of gravity. Okay, so center of gravity, this is indicated with CG. Center of gravity is indicated with CG. Total weight, that is the difference. For center of mass and center of gravity, what is the difference? The total mass of the body is concentrated at particular point is called center of mass. The total weight of the body is concentrated at particular point is called center of gravity. So here weight, there mass, that is a major difference. Okay, it's called center of gravity. Okay, so next. Case 1. Next case 1. center of mass of system of n particles, system of n particles in one dimension what is the meaning of this? If n number of particles are there, so that is considered as a one system that is in one dimension, that is in one dimension. Okay, one dimension means one direction, it is present in one direction, whether it is x-axis direction or y-axis direction or z-axis direction. So here let us consider m1 comma m2 comma m3 comma and so on mn are the masses of n particles of a system, n particles of the system, n particles of the system, n particles of the system. Then center of mass system in one dimension, that means along x-axis, present in one dimension means along x-axis. So center of mass, position of center of mass formula, m1 along x-axis with coordinate with s1 comma s2 comma s3 comma s4 and so on sn or the distances from origin, distance from the origin of masses or the distance of the origin. So now origin respectively, here I write respectively. So please observe carefully, don't panic. Here it is very simple, very simple. Let us consider masses m1 comma m2 comma m3 comma and so on mn are the masses of n particles of the system in one dimension, that means along x-axis with s1 comma s2 comma s3 comma s4 comma and so on sn are the distances from the origin respectively. That means m1 is situated at distance x1, m2 is situated at distance s2, m3 is situated at distance s3, m4 is situated at distance s4, like that. Now position of center of mass formula, so that is m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus m3 x3 and so on plus mn xn by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus and so on mn. Okay, so this is a formula. So this is very important formula. In one dimension along x-axis I consider, then m1 x1 plus m2 s2 plus m3 x3, position of center of mass formula, plus and so on mn xn by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus and so on mn. How can we represent it? Sigma xcm is equal to sigma I is equal to 1 to n mi xi by sigma I is equal to 1 to n mi. Okay, so this is represented as okay in sigma. So this is case 1. system of n particles in one dimension. This is very important. This is one dimension. Next we will discuss system of n particles in two dimension. Okay, system of n particles in two dimension. Right, to continuing my lecture on system of particles and rotation, next we will discuss case 2. Case 2. Okay. Center of mass of system of n particles in two dimension. In two dimension or in a plane. Two dimension or in a plane. So let us consider m1 comma m2 comma m1 comma m2 comma m3 comma and so on, mn or masses of n particles with coordinates s1 comma y1, s2 comma y2, s3 comma y3 and so on, sn comma yn, sn comma yn respectively. Now xcm is equal to, here two coordinates are there, so that's why center of mass along x-axis point we had, center of mass along y-axis point we had, is it or not? So center of mass position along x-axis, position of center of mass along x-axis position, that is m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus and so on, mn xn by m1 plus m2 plus and so on mn. So this is a position of center of mass along x-axis, Next, along y-axis we need to find here. So that is ycm is equal to, then we write m1 y1 plus m2 y2 plus m3 y3 plus and so on, mn yn by m1 plus m2 plus and so on mn. So these are position of center of mass. Okay, so yes, cm and ycm, this is the position of center of mass. Coordinates of center of mass, coordinates of center of mass is xcm is equal to xcm comma ycm. Coordinates of center of mass is ycm comma ycm, and here the main important point is distance of center of mass from the origin. Distance of center of mass from the origin, that is indicated with the d, is equal to square root of xcm square plus ycm square. Okay, so this is very important. Distance of center of mass from the origin, that is square root of xcm square plus ycm square. This is a center of mass of system of n particles in two dimension or in a plane. Next we will discuss center of mass of system of n particles in three dimension. Okay, three dimension or in a plane. Okay, says system of particles in 3 dimensions. Small change. Okay, small change, 3 dimension or space. Here I write this is I consider as case 3. This is I consider as case 3. Okay, m1 comma m2 comma m3 comma and so on mn, or a system of n particles with the coordinates. Now it is a space, is it or not? So that's why we take in space, or 3 dimension means 3 coordinates. 2 dimension means 2, here 2 points are there, x1 y1 z1 are 3 points in 3 dimension. So in 3 dimension we had 3 points. Okay, so we'll consider 3 points, s1 comma y1 comma z1 and so on, s2 comma y2 comma z2. Next s3 comma y3 comma z3 and so on, xn comma yn comma zn. Okay, so these are the coordinates. Next, xcm is equal to formula m1 s1 plus m2 s2 plus and so on mn sn by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus and so on mn. So now we write zcm. Okay, zcm is equal to, because it is a 3 dimensional plane, this is case 3, 3 dimensional plane, m1 z1 plus m2 z2 plus m3 z3 plus and so on mn zn by m1 plus m2 plus m1 plus m2 plus m3 and so on mn. So this is a ZCM, m1 z1 plus m2 z2 plus m3 z3 plus and so on mn zn by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus and so on mn. So next here, coordinates of center of mass in 3 dimension. In 3 dimension, ycm plus zcm, xcm plus ycm plus zcm. Okay, this is the coordinates of center of mass in 3 dimension. Okay, coordinates of center of mass in 3 dimension we got. So next, distance of center of mass from the origin. Here in this case, formula distance of center of mass from the origin. Now, distance of center of mass from the origin. Distance of center of mass from the origin, d is equal to in 3 dimension. So that is equal to xcm square plus ycm square plus zcm square. Okay, so this is the distance of center of mass from the origin in 3 dimension. Okay, so this is about system of particles, n particles in 3 dimension space. Next, position vector of center of mass. What we need to discuss here? Position vectors of center of mass. Well, next we'll discuss case 4. Case 4. Position vector of center of mass. Position vector of center of mass, that is indicated with the RCM bar. Position vector of center of mass. First of all, let us consider R1 bar comma R2 bar comma R3 bar and so on, Rn bar and so on, Rn bar, or the position vectors of position vectors. Okay, so r1 bar comma r2 bar comma r3 bar are the position vectors of n particles with masses m1 comma m2 comma m3 comma and so on mn and so on mn. Then position vector of center of mass. So that is indicated with the RCM. RCM bar is equal to M1 R1 bar plus M2 R2 bar plus M3 R3 bar and so on Mn Rn bar by M1 plus M2 plus M3 plus and so on Mn. So this formula is very important. Position vector of center of mass. How can we indicate in sigma format? RCM bar is equal to sigma I is equal 1 to n mi ri bar by sigma I is equal to 1 to n mi. So this is a position of center of mass, position vector of center of mass formula. So m1 r1 bar plus m2 r2 bar plus m3 r3 bar plus and so on mn rn bar by m1 plus m2 plus m3 plus and so on mn. So this is a position vector of center of mass. Okay, so this is about this session. So in this session we discuss definition of center of mass, characteristics of center of mass, and center of gravity definition we discuss. And one more thing, case 1, system of n particles, center of mass of system of n particles in one dimension we discuss. Center of mass of n particles, system of n particles in 2 dimension we discussed. System of n particles in 3 dimension we discussed. Center of mass of system of n particles in 3 dimension we discussed. Position vector of center of mass we discussed in this lecture. So this is about today's session. Next we'll discuss details about this chapter, system of particles and rotation, in further lecture. Thank you for watching my lectures. Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you so much.